Hey everyone, I hope you're having a great day so far. Today we'll be going over how to scale Facebook ads for e-commerce and info product businesses, basically step-by-step framework. So first of all, you'll probably ask yourself, am I qualified to walk you through this? Let's walk you through some results right here. So if we take a look into this account, overall, let me refresh for you guys. Overall, for the past 30 days, we spent almost $50,000 on ads. We got 424,000 back, and we averaged 8.65x ROAS. With that being said, again, let me refresh this again just to show you guys, and let's get into it. So first of all, who is this for? It's mainly for e-commerce brands owners, info product founders, anyone who wants to start mentorship, anyone who has any type of product that they want to basically sell online. And this framework applies whether you're at $50 a day trying to break your first sale, even if you're at $1,000 to $3,000 a day in daily ad spend trying to scale, but nothing is really like picking up. You're facing a plateau basically. And yes, people also face a plateau at that level. They get stuck at $1,000 to $2,000, maybe $3,000 a day, and they are not able usually to go past that to $5,000, $7,000, and $10,000 a day in daily ad spend. Also applies if you're profitable but you're scared basically to push harder because you're not sure what to do, how to do it, and in what order to do it, basically. When it comes to the biggest scaling mistakes, basically most brands think that scaling is simply like just increasing budgets. But what will happen is spend will spike. So overall, when you increase budgets suddenly in a way that doesn't make sense, you'll overspend. ROAS and efficiency will drop overall, which means that overall you will panic. And overall, when you panic and you see results are going down, you'll pull back on ad spend, which is bad. Like I don't want you to be in that situation, basically. Now, when it comes to the scaling order, first of all, it's really simple. You need to validate your angle, your creatives, and the funnel that you're using. Once you have proof of concept, then you start raising budgets gradually. Then you add new angles consistently to maintain the system that you have. And obviously, it's same as refreshing creatives, basically, consistently. Now, when it comes to breaking this down, overall, what we'll do is break it down step by step. So step one is obviously validating your angle and creative. So this does not mean having a good day, having a lucky sale, or seeing low CPMs. I see this a lot. So what I mean by this is you validate your angle and creative when you see consistency, when you see a stable ROAS, when you see stable CPA, when you see results are there consistently, basically, instead of having a good day, because everyone has a good day. It doesn't mean that everything is good and validated. If it's good over a long enough time, then yes, like it's validated. But if you have a good day, it happens. Like again, everyone has a good day every once in a while. So what you're really testing here, you're testing the problem you're calling out in your creatives and in your messaging overall, the promise you're making to your audience, and the person you're speaking to, or in other words, your ICP, ideal customer profile. So you're testing different personas or different ideal customer profiles, basically. And if the angle is wrong, no amount of budget will fix it. So if any of these isn't on point, it doesn't matter if you're spending $50 or $100 a day, or if you're spending $1,000 to $3,000 a day. Nothing will fix it, basically. So you need the foundations to scale up. So moving to step two, which is validating the funnel. Basically, your ads cannot save a weak funnel. It is impossible for your ads to save a weak funnel. So before scaling, again, as we've said here, you need to validate your angle and creative first. Then once you see really good, really healthy, really, let's say, great soft metrics and really great promising, let's say, results, we can move to validating your funnel, basically. And the most important thing to make sure is in your funnel, basically, in your overall funnel between ads and landing page, is messaging consistency. You don't want to break it, basically, in the middle. So if your ads say something, you don't want your landing page to say something else, basically. So again, match the promise of the ad on your landing page. So from ad to landing page, it all should be consistent. And obviously remove friction. Keep it really, really simple. This is mainly for e-commerce. If you run an info product, mentorship, or course, it's a bit different. Overall, you may want to add friction, but that's a topic for another video at this point. So When it comes to signals that like things are good, if you have a stable conversion rate, if you're averaging, let's say, a 3% conversion rate and you're averaging that consistently, then most likely like everything is good. And if you have no major drop-offs, feel free to check the first video that I uploaded to this channel. I go over the entire funnel and how to audit basically your funnel from the ad level to the purchase basically. So make sure to watch that to see if you have any major drop-offs basically. Now, moving to step 3, which is raising budgets. This is really self-explanatory. Once you've validated your angle, validated your creative, and validated your funnel, basically you have something that works. You just need to send more traffic to it and push more volume into it. So when it comes to increasing and scaling budgets, I recommend increasing budgets by 20% as long as performance is there every 24 to 48 hours. So if you do this over a month, you'll most likely go from $100 a day in ad spend to 1,000 really quick, if not even more, if things are consistent throughout the month overall. And step 4, step 5 are basically maintenance steps. So at this point, you have something that's working and you're putting more volume and more budget into it, basically. So what you're doing here is making sure that consistency is there and that it continues to work. So if you don't add new angles, frequency will increase, which is the amount of times each person basically sees your ad. Creative fatigue will hit because there's no ad that will keep working for 1, 2, 3 years, and obviously, which means performance will drop. So examples of new angles that you can test, that's different pain points that your product has. This applies either if it's an info product or course or mentorship, if you're teaching people something basically, or if you're an e-commerce brand. Everyone has different pain points. So test different pain points, different levels of awareness in your ads, in your messaging, different objections. Try handling different objections and different questions that your customers have, and obviously different use cases for your product or for the info that you're teaching, and go on from there. So every angle, what every angle does basically is it taps into a different pocket of audience, which is what we want in order to build a successful ad account that scales. We need different angles, we need diversity, especially after the Andromeda update. Step 5 is really similar to step 4 at this point, which is keep refreshing creatives also. So you need to test different angles, and you also need to keep testing different creative formats. Now, why creative refresh matters? Audience change as you scale. Again, you're tapping into different pockets of audience. Early adapters fatigue first. So again, if you do like 1, 2, or 3 ads, let's say, they work really well. At a certain point, they will fatigue. So when they fatigue, performance will go down. You'll panic. You'll go back to spending $20 a day, which is something that we don't want, obviously. And again, new buyers respond differently. What I mean by this is different ICPs respond differently. You may notice, as an example, let's say that you're an apparel brand. And as an example, you could go the wholesale route or you could go the B2C route. So each one of them will respond differently, obviously. So this is a good example of this point overall. And again, refreshing creatives does not mean reinventing. It means new hooks, new intros, new formats. Again, you could do static, you could do a GIF, you could do a simple static, you could do a highly edited static, you could do an AI video, you could do a normal UGC video, you could do a founder video, you could do an employee video, you could do an interview. There's a lot of things that you can do. Basically, just make sure to use the same proven message, and again, also test new messaging here, like test new angles weekly, basically. When it comes to the scaling loop, if we were to summarize everything, validate. Once you validate, you have something that's working. Then move to scaling budgets, again by 20% every 24 to 48 hours. Then once this is working, expand by testing different messaging, different personas, and different creatives, basically. Then refresh your creatives in the ad account using what you're testing, the new things that you're testing, basically, and repeat. And you should be good. So this is how you build a really good, healthy ad account that scales, basically. What usually breaks ad scale? Scaling spend before validation. So if you scale ad spend without validating what you have, then most likely it will not work. No creative pipeline. You don't have a clear creative strategy or creative pipeline. You're not testing new angles. Like, you don't have a structure. You don't know how to do it. basically, and you're also sometimes expecting old winners to scale forever, which doesn't happen. They may win for 1, 2, 3, even up to 1 year, but at the end of the day, like at some point, they will die out, basically. So just to confirm, scaling does not break accounts. Poor process and poor systems do. So if your ads fall apart when you're increasing budget, it's basically not bad luck. You're skipping one of these steps that I just went over here overall. So follow the process and scaling becomes boring in the best way possible. So if your ads again fall apart when you try to scale, and if you need help with that, I will leave my Instagram handle down below. Feel free to check me out on Instagram, see some case studies, see my work, see that I actually know what I'm doing, and then feel free to send me a message and we can go on from there. Take care.